What's up, you dirtbags and you degenerates? Welcome back to Trades and Gains, where we treat the financial system like a reality show with fewer morals and more margin calls in this case. This week, the markets are hungover, the government's still on vacation, and AI valuations are puffing on that last hit of hopium before the come down. Let's dive into what to watch for this week because the vibes are tense, the data's missing, and, well, Nvidia just got a $7 billion reminder that even gods can bleed. So last week, let's talk about that real quick because that'll kind of set the table and the stage for what we're going to be watching for in the markets this week. Am I right or am I right? The NASDAQ, well, that thing fell over 3%. Its worst performance since people stopped pretending crypto was a hedge. The S&P dropped 1.7%, the Dow lost 1.3%, and tech stocks got absolutely obliterated. Palantir, Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft all took hits big enough to make Elon tweet about short sellers again. The story? Valuation anxiety. Investors are finally looking at all these AI stocks and going, wait, we paid how much for hope? Nvidia lost 7% in a week, and Meta, Microsoft, they're both down 4% or more. That's not rotation, that is straight up rehab. Analysts are calling it a valuation reset. Translation, the market finally opened the invoice for its AI dreams right now. Now, meanwhile, America's longest government shutdown rolls into week 6. We've now set a new record for not doing anything. So take that, the rest of the world. Obesity isn't the only thing that we lead in. Congrats, Congress. You're number one at nothing. Now, why should you care? You're probably sitting there, why do I care about that? Well, guess what? The Bureau of Labor Statistics can't release CPI, PPI, or jobless claims. We are literally flying blind. It's like if Ray Charles was your guest pilot for a flight you just got onto. You're going to be a bit nervous there. Imagine driving at night with your headlights off, but you're also drunk and the car is on fire. That's pretty much what we're doing with this next rate cut, or at least how much information the Fed will have going into that next rate cut. Private reports show consumer sentiment plunging to a 3-year low, and October job cuts hitting their highest since 2003. But sure, tell me how the economy is resilient again, because that is a story that is just getting old at this point. The government's basically ghosting us. No data, no guidance, no accountability. It's like the Fed dating your ex. Now, this week, we're wrapping up earnings season with some spicy names. CoreWeave, Oklo, Rocket Lab, Disney, Paramount, Skydance, Brookfield, and JD.com. Not exactly the Magnificent Seven, but enough to keep Wall Street awake while they wait for CPI data that's not coming because, well, the government left the building. By the way, you can also head over to tradesandgains.substack.com, where I will be breaking down a lot of these earning reports as well, giving out earnings previews. And who knows, maybe I'll make a couple videos. Leave some comments below of what you would want to see. Now, watch Disney closely. If streaming loses money again while they raise ticket prices, expect analysts to start calling Bob Iger Netflix with mouse ears. Rocket Lab and Oklo could steal some attention from AI this week too. Space and nuclear startups are the new degenerate tech money rotation. That's where a lot of companies and people are starting to park their money. But if AI fails, why not bet on fusion reactors or rockets to Mars? Mind you, Oklo is going to be interesting because that is a company that has not been generating any revenue, yet has seen an insane surge in their stock price from where it was at this time last year. Now, let's talk about AI. The new gold rush, where everyone's selling shovels to themselves. It's just turned into one big circle jerk, a game of soggy waffle, as the kids might call it. Analysts are calling it circular financing. Nvidia invests in CoreWeave, CoreWeave buys Nvidia chips, Nvidia books revenue, and everyone high-fives like it's laundering optimism at this point. Even OpenAI is in on it. dropping 1.4 trillion in commitments over the next 8 years. Yes, trillion with a T for titties. That's like buying the entire economy of Canada and then asking for a loan. And when investors asked Meta how much they'd spend on AI capex, Zuck basically said, more than you think, less than your sanity. Stock is down 10%. Shocker. Oh my God. Who could have seen that coming? The problem is we're now funding AI like a Ponzi scheme for processors. It only works if the next bit guy buys in even faster and for more money. Meanwhile, in the real economy, fast food chains are serving L's instead of lunch. Papa John's stock fell 20% after Apollo walked away from a buyout. Pizza Hut's on, life support, 8 straight quarters of declines, and Chipotle cut its sales outlook for the third quarter in a row. The problem, 18 to 35-year-olds are tapped out. Between student loans and rent, they can barely afford guac anymore. McDonald's is the only winner because apparently even the upper class is now buying value meals. We've officially reversed society. The rich eat McDoubles and the poor stream Disney+. So what should you watch this week? Let's go ahead and run the playbook. Monday, we have light earnings with CoreWeave, Occidental Petroleum, Rocket Lab, TeraWulf. Yes, that's a real company, not a Transformers villain, don't worry. We have NFIB, Small Business Optimism on Tuesday. If that drops, expect Twitter to scream recession. Wednesday, mortgage applications, translation. How many people are still pretending they can buy a house right now? On Thursday, we have Disney and Applied Materials. Expect fireworks if either guide's lower. And Friday, we have Alibaba and Japanese bank reports, which means Asia's data will move the overnight tape. So before we wrap up, let's lay down some new rules for the week ahead. Number one, if you're still calling AI the future, you're living in the past. It's here, it's expensive, and it still has no revenue. Number two, if the government shutdown is longer than your attention span, stop pretending this is temporary. It's structural dysfunction, the new American tradition. Number three, if you see a stock pump on AI partnership news, check if they're just investing in themselves. That's not innovation, that's financial incest. And number four, we have when the data goes dark, watch the flow, because options flow is the new economic indicator. Number five, when Papa John's can't sell pizza and McDonald's beats forecasts, you're not in a healthy economy. You're in a coping mechanism at that point. So strap in and put your strap-ons on, degens. This week is all about watching how the market acts when no one's watching the market. Valuations are cracking, data's missing, and the AI bubble is starting to ask for receipts. I'm Ben the Bull, aka Max Pitts, or Ivy Reaper. Stay liquid, stay cynical, and remember, in this market, being early just is being wrong at this point with more time to tweet about it. Make sure, if you like this, like, subscribe, comment down below some tickers I should be watching out for this week, and who knows, maybe I'll do a report on it. Hope you guys have a great start to your week, and I'll see you guys, on Monday.